let's get that bus grease monkey on the road. Well, he's got that hammer down and that 47 Hound. It's that bus grease monkey on the road. He travels all around and he's coming to your town. Get that bus grease monkey down the road.
Loose wheel bearings. Go ahead and pull it back and forth. So that's moving in and out on there.
Yep.
Super loose.
Okay.
Another problem we came across here is the S-cam bushings are worn out. And look at the roller. It's got a totally flat side on it. And the brake drum has the big gouge in it from where the S-cam is tweaked sideways and been rubbing in the brake drum. But it's not actually, what's the word I'm looking for? Centered. Because only one half of the drum has that, which means that the hub hasn't been spinning completely centered. Concentric, is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, concentric, yeah.
So it's only on half of it, which this thing goes in a complete circle, so that's how much like out of round.
Yeah.
Which, figure that out. It's got to probably because the bearings are so loose. We're pulling the axle out on this side. He's got the block off plates, so this little seal and plate keeps the oil in the axle and grease in the bearings. We've got those soaking. They're flathead screws, extremely rusted. We're probably gonna have to drill them out. I'm gonna remove the whole hub assembly in one thing. Both shocks are leaking. You can see the discoloration, the other side especially where the oils come out. I'm gonna replace the shocks. Wheel bearings, brake drums, brake linings, S-cam bushings on both sides, so no matter what we find over here, we're changing it. But the other side was really bad. I'll show those bushings in just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and replace the airbags, and bump stops are missing on here. We're going to change the rear end fluid. I think that's about it back here, right?
I think that's about all we can do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
You want me to record?
Yeah, I think, is it
Oh,
already
it's
recording?
recording,
Yeah. So this right here, no tool necessary. That's what was holding his wheels on. That's how the other side was too. I just came off right in my fingers. That is supposed to be torqued on seriously tight right there. Oh yeah.
Really loosen that, say.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna need a 9/16 socket on the ratchet to loosen the slack adjusters a little bit to get the brake drum off in a second here, but this might come off. It's extra gooey in here. Yep, I need. Okay. It's our differential drain plug. We're changing the rear end fluid. A couple metal chunks in there. There are always some. This whole thing, you'll see it when we clean it up, but that's a magnet there in the middle. They always catch lots of stuff, so that one couple big pieces. We'll take a look at it closer in a second. What that drain plug does look like when it's cleaned up a little bit. So there he's retracting his solar. Gotten in here. The bearings are kind of rusty.
There's still one of the little padlock. Hold on. I
not nearly as bad as the others. We're going to replace all the bearings and races though. We had a lug nut that was stripped. It was rounding. It couldn't get it off the inner. So I've got this tool that you pound on it, and it grips it along the side, and then you just use a regular wrench on the end of it, and it gets it off. So it works real good. It's a lifesaver, so especially sometimes you break this end off, and then you only have the threads to work with, so that'll work to remove it. It's like a giant bolt extractor. We have all the wheels on the bus off. Getting all new brake drums, all new bearings, all new races, all the way around. Luke at US Coach is going to supply us with all that. We're doing new linings, also brake linings, airbags, radius rod bushings. The rear shocks are bad. Typically these shocks aren't bad unless you see oil leaking out of them. I was going to show this earlier and I hadn't, or if I did I didn't mention it. But there, you can see how the oil's coming out of the shock, and that tells you that it's leaked out. And S-cam bushings for both rears, and the seals that go on the S-cams. These are just toasted. The S-cams themselves look good. We had to replace one brake roller because it's got a big flat spot on it. It's no longer round. I don't know if that's showing up well or not. I think that shows it pretty good. You can see how worn this is. If you look at it, it's thinner over here than it is here. And then you can see the wear on the inside. Same thing, it's thinner over here on this side. So that's what allowed it to tweak sideways and scrape that, damage that brake drum. And it's even got wear on the outside of it too, where it's been moving in there. This is the softer metal that's designed to do that. These are S-cam bushings, the rear of a 4106. Well, that was a long, hard day's work today. And tomorrow is going to be even harder day's work. We got all the wheels off on there, as you saw, everything. Tomorrow we're going to pull the airbags and a bunch of other stuff. I do have a helper coming. That's going to be nice. If you haven't checked out Juan and Michelle's channel yet, beginning from this morning, I'll put a link in the description. Click over to it and check it out. There's so many really neat things they've done to the bus that you'll really like. That solar array, like I said, is amazing that they have on there. So anyways, it's just been a really long, tiring day. Looking forward to another hard day's work tomorrow, and then we'll see how much work there is to do on Wednesday. Most of the parts aren't going to be here till Friday, so I may end up working on another bus and then coming back here. But we'll see how much we get done tomorrow. We got to drill out all those screws on those hubs and that kind of stuff. So there is still a lot of work. We changed the transmission fluid today. Went to Transcend on the V730, so a synthetic transmission fluid. Well, TES 295 equivalent. We used a mobile brand. We're going to change the power steering tomorrow. We changed the rear end fluid today. So it was a full day's work. So tomorrow we'll have more. Check out another video, and again, check out their channel if you haven't done it, and subscribe to them. That would be great.